Hello, everyone. It's me, Andrew. I'm here in my home in lovely Ligonier, Pennsylvania. Hopefully, you all are doing well out there. It's just about 1 a.m. here on the East Coast. And yeah, it's kickoff for our annual Andrew versus William showdown throwdown. I don't know what we're officially going to call it, but I've dubbed myself the gold team because I like gold things, if you haven't noticed. So, yeah. So, if you don't know what I'm talking about, a few years ago, William and I decided to have a friendly competition to see who could sell the most in during Fort Ligonier Days. Either him in the physical store or me online. And so the past 2 years, Williams won. So hopefully, fingers crossed, this year will be the year that I'm victorious. So I'm going to be popping on all weekend long. I don't really have a set schedule just yet, but I'm going to try. I don't know. I'm gonna try to work that out at some point. I've already been to the cottage and done a little bit of prep work. If you are on our Patreon, you can see that I kind of made uh, my own version of Penny Bright. I don't know how well it's going to work. Hopefully, it works well because I have some plans to do some enameling this weekend. But yeah, so William, he took a load to the store and is getting the back room kind of situated for tomorrow's festivities. It's going to be a long night for both of us. Y'all are going to have to come up with a name for William's team. Team William. I'm Gold Team. Do you want to be on Gold Team? Gold Team is like the winner, right? Um, so, anyways, it's a friendly competition. It's all a part of our 12-year anniversary campaign, which will help us really kickstart the new year with some big plans that we've got going on. One of them, which we kind of have to do before the end of the year, before it gets cold, is do some improvements on the outside of Star Cottage Studio, which I'm going to be tuning in from, or I'm going to be broadcasting from a lot tonight and tomorrow and all the rest of the weekend. So yeah, we're going to be doing. We have to do that. There's a couple windows that we have to replace. Some of them got knocked out, so we're gonna have to replace some of the windows and do some winterization. Pretty coming up soon. And then, if you did not know, we're starting another business in Johnstown. That business is called Butcher Block Gallery, and it's going to be one part metal studio, small metal studio, so jewelry and small objects, and one part contemporary jewelry gallery. And we've been slowly but surely building things up for that and working on getting that all situated. So we're super excited for that, but we're super behind in what we need to do for that. So all of what we're doing, whether it's in store or online, is going to help us, both William and me. So it goes to a good cause. I see a couple of folks watching. Donna says, "Hello, Andrew. Gold team. Hashtag gold team." I should put on a gold, something gold. I have gold shoes on, but you can't see those. Um, William's mom says should include one of the kitties' name in Will's team name. Maybe, but then I didn't name. My team doesn't have one, but we'll see. Y'all will have to come up with that and decide who's going to be victorious this year. So we've got a lot of things. I've got a lot of things that we've been working on. One of the things that's already launched. So the treasure hunt boxes were super popular, and I decided to do another version of this. So if you got one of those, all of those kind of were very miscellaneous, kind of random, whatever. I was cleaning up in the studio at the time. And these ones are going to kind of be the same in the same kind of vein, but more heavy on vintage check gloss. Because I know sometimes when you get like some random like filigree or something, you're like, well, what am I going to do with this? I mean, you might, have an idea for it, but you may not. So the new ones are going to be for mostly vintage check glass, but I'm going to throw in some vintage crystal, some other vintage glass, maybe a little bit of vintage plastic. I try not to put too much vintage plastic because that can be very polarizing. People who love it, and then people who don't like it, they're like, you mean I spend money on this? So I try to limit that. I see Donna says, hello, Andrew. This will be fun to watch. Should be nice out tomorrow for people to walk around. But Saturday, with rain all day, you may have an even better advantage. Good luck. So that's what you would think. However, we've been in business for 12 years and this is our 13th, maybe 13th, 4 days. I can't keep track, but it's either 12 or 13 because we started in September. I can't remember. But anyways, so sometimes when the weather is terrible, we actually do better in store because people don't want to walk around out in the rain. So sometimes we actually do better when it's terrible outside. So I don't know. I don't know. So that's the first thing. The treasure hunt boxes are already available. So I think we're ahead. I think we're ahead slightly. Um, Today officially kicked off Fort Ligonier Days. There were some sidewalk sales and things like that, but it wasn't like the big thing. It was mostly for like locals and stuff. So I think we're ahead slightly. Um, so that's kind of good, right? We're slightly ahead. Let's keep up the momentum, y'all. So I've got a lot of things planned. I'm gonna make some creatures with y'all, and I think I'm gonna try to make this interactive. So I'm gonna try to film as much of this as possible. I don't know how much I'm gonna be able to film and how much I'm not gonna be able to film. Um, and I may be popping on at weird hours because I usually keep fairly strange hours. So we're just gonna roll with it, y'all, and do our best. So we're gonna maybe make some creatures. There may be some kits involved, some pendants. Um, I may do some fun things with some finished jewelry. Last year, I sold a bunch of finished jewelry, which is surprising to me because usually we sell mostly beads, but I actually sold a lot of jewelry, finished jewelry. So we'll see what happens. Uh, William's mom says, "Go Team Gold, rooting for the underdog." That's me. I lost 2 years in a row, and I think the first year I had to like do this dance on this precariously balanced alligator bench as my like not reward. I think that was not a reward for anybody. But William said it, so I had to do it. But he was a good sport, and then he danced on it too. And then we sold it. So I don't know what that's all about. But anyways, I think that was the first year, and then the second year, I want to say that I had to do a parade of one down our block banging pots and pans, but that could have been for something else. So, um, what's it going to be this year? Who's going to get what? Um, Donna says, "Will you film the parade? The parade of one or the real 4 days parade? We always try to do it if we can, and we stream it if we can get that all set up. I don't know how busy it's going to be in the store. I'm not going to be filming it. I'm a little bit weird about crowds. I don't know if y'all know that. or not. Yeah. So that's one of the reasons why I prefer to be the wind beneath the wings and be in the background on big celebration days like that. Um, but I am super excited for the weekend. It's usually a fun, festive time. If you are planning to come, just be prepared for big crowds and parking and situations like that. It's a little bit of a headache in town if you're trying to navigate that. So just be mindful that if you are planning to come to town, that it's not going to be like a regular day. Like normally on a regular Saturday, you just roll up to the front door and unload, and that's it. But with this, the whole town gets taken over by food trucks and vendors and craft vendors. And there's about 100,000 people at least throughout the weekend. So it's a very different vibe than it is for the rest of the year. So just keep that in mind if you're planning to come to town. Um, it would be a great opportunity to shop online if you would like to do that. We're always open. We did give Barb a heads up that we're going to be doing this big push to do some online sales. It's probably our biggest fourth quarter fundraiser of the year, fourth quarter fundraiser. And we're going to push, push, push. All right. So I'm going to get to it. And I'll check in a little bit. See ya.